Good day, everybody. Matthew from Captive Audience Comics here. Well, it hasn't been that long since we did a CGC unboxing video, but we just got another one back from CGC yesterday. Now, if you watched our last video, um, you would have heard us talk about a vintage submission that we've had that's been sitting there for like 3.5, 4 months, just doing nothing. And maybe they watched our video because spontaneously out of the blue, I got a ship notice and it just showed up. So there's some cool books in this one, which we're going to take a look at. Let me just get this unboxed for you guys. I do have a knife here somewhere. All right. So we also have a lot of books on the way back from CGC right now. I think we've got another three or four full boxes on the way back. A lot of moderns. So who knows how long they're going to take. We have been seeing delays on our return shipments. Normally, from the time we get the ship notice from CGC to the time that we receive them, we usually look at about 3-4 business days. And now we're sort of running 7 to 9. So I can give you an idea of what's happening border-wise. Anyways, everything's coming through fine. It's just taking longer to process. So let's start with whatever's on top here. Oh, this one is not all vintage. Oh yeah, we have a combined return submission on these. We are able to combine return shipments to maximize box size. So if you've got, whatever, 10 vintage and 10 moderns, we can get them combined together to save everybody on some shipping. So I think these ones are actually ours. I have my other document here open, showing whose is what. And yes, these ones here are some from us. So we have let me switch to my overhead cam for you guys. Hopefully the overhead cam worked well last time for everybody. There is some resolution issues, which seems to be mostly okay. But so Incredible Hulk 340 in a 9.6, and I believe this one we thought it had a chance for a 9.8, but there's a scuff on one edge. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic number 9 in a 9.8. This one that we thought was a 9.6. So again, you can see how in the 9.6 to 9.8 there can be almost flip a coin when they're close. Vanguard Illustrated, first appearance of Star Grazers Star Grazers in a 9.8. Pretty cool old retro cover from 1984. And we had that again at a 9.6, so that's good. Let me see. A Savage She-Hulk number 1 newsstand in an 8.5. Yeah, the camera is being a bit finicky on the resolution. It is what it is. Oh, there it goes. Maybe we just had to force it to change perspective. There we go. This particular one, we actually had it at a 7.5, so that's nice. A nice surprise on that one. And a Venom Lethal Protector number 1 in a 9.8. These aren't super high value book, this particular one, but they always sell. If you're always looking for that book in 9.8, there are a fair amount of copies out there, but you do have to watch out for scuffing in the finish of the foil, because that's really what's gonna hurt on those. All right, let's see what do we have next here. Grab a few out of the section here. So let's see. Oh, I think these ones, yeah, these ones are also ours. So this is the modern portion of this box. Yeah, and I think these ones are all ours. So we have an Earth X number 12. Now the interesting thing here is, I'm just pretty sure this is the first appearance of the female Silver Surfer, but it's not noted on the cover. Now, we had this at a 9.4, so again, we got a 9.6. Always nice to have a little grade bump on those. Spider-Man 2099, number 1. Now, this one here, I think we thought it was higher. Spider-Man 2099, number 1. Yeah, we actually had this one at a 9.8, and I believe the note said there was a scuff or something that we couldn't see. So I'll have to take a closer look at that. I mean, a book like that, it's not worth sending it back for regrading anyways. It wouldn't be worth the money. We'll sell it cheap. New Teen Titans number 2, newsstand edition in an 8.5. And this is good. We thought this was 8, so nice to get a little extra on that one. A Spider-Man number 1 gold edition. We thought this was a 9.8, 9.6. Again, that's one that we were down, but for the most part, we were up. So this Spider-Man number 13 in a 9.8 that I think was a 9.8. So nice to know we were on point with that. Gonna have a whole bunch of slabs to list onto our site. Soon I might try to get all these up, all of our stuff up sale this weekend. All right, next, Infinity Gauntlet number 1 in a 9.8, and we had this one at a 9.6, so that's good. We had 2 of these, 2 Infinity Gauntlets. Thought I had 2 Infinity Gauntlets. Maybe it's another patch. We have a Spider-Man number 1 direct edition, 9.4. We had a 9.2, so that's good. Now, Pearl number 1 from Jinx World. This is the variant cover. This series got optioned, if you're wondering why we're slabbing a Pearl number 1. It was optioned now. I'm pretty sure I had this at a 9.8, yeah. And it was a very clean copy, so I'm going to have to take a look and see what was the issue with that. Again, it's probably not worth getting regraded anyways, but it's always nice to know what the issue was. Berserker number 1, foil edition in a 9.8. I have a whole bunch of Berserker number 1s. They're all 9.8 candidates to send in. And we're just going to hold on to them until the show is in production. And then I just use them as filler when I have to pop up orders. I can send some of those. Avengers West Coast number 94, and we had this at a 9.6, so we got a nice 9.8 out of that one. And all of that stuff, all of those were all our books. Next section, this must be the vintage stuff that we were waiting on. Yeah, okay. All right, so oh, there's that other Infinity Gauntlet that we were looking for. Infinity Gauntlet number 1 in a 9.4, and this one we had at a 9.2. So again, good that we were ahead on those. Now to get into the cooler stuff that I'm sure everybody's waiting for. So, Weird War Tales number 1 in an 8.0. Now the client that we've submitted these books for they've done 3 sort of vintage submissions. And the first one, everything came back between their estimate and our estimate. And the second one, everything was either below our estimate or at our estimate. And it was, some of them were just clearly, we didn't agree on the grades. So we sent another set in, and again recorded their estimates and our estimates. And this set all came back between their estimates and our estimates. So we didn't do anything different. So I guess it's sometimes that happens. You just get maybe a grader is having a tough day or something like that. So we'll have to look at those ones aside. You know, if it's anything worth resending. The problem is they're all vintage. Some of them are high value books, so they can be expensive to grade. So it's a nice book in an 8. And that one, yeah, we had at a 7, so that's good. And then there's this one, Weird War Tales #1 again, in a 9.0, and we had that one at an 8. So one of the things that sometimes is hard to account for CGC is their age. I'm going to call it their age bonus, where older books don't get graded as harsh as modern books. And it's very hard to quantify how that is going to affect scale. Weird War Tales #2 in a 9.0. And I had this at a 9, and we came back at a 9. Again, these are great book ones. Weird War Tales #4 in a 9.6. This book is from 1972. So that's a great result. We had this at a 9. So again, it tells you how lenient they are with certain flaws in the older book. And Weird War Tales #5 in a 9.2, and we had this at a 9. So that's great. Again, it's a very cool cover. Then let me see, what else do we have here? Okay, we have a Tales to Astonish #93, first full Silver Surfer appearance outside of Fantastic Four, in an 8.5. We had a 7 on that. So it really, there's some tanning around the edges on the back of this book, so they obviously let that tanning slide. All right. Oh, this is a cool one. So this is first appearance of Casper in comic. So Casper the Friendly Ghost in a 1 point. And this particular one, I'm pretty sure we had it at where? Yes, I don't see where that one is. I think it would be right in there. Oh, there it is. Oh, we had it at a 1.5. That's good. So obviously the book has some significant rust migration oxidation in the paper here. Staples are severely rusted, and there's a fairly significant water stain right through the whole book. You can see the oxidation and all. So to get a 1.8 out of that, that's pretty happy with that. Supernatural Thrillers #5 in a 9.4. We had this at a 9.4 as well. So that's great. Again, just a cool book. Origin and first appearance of Nkentu the Living Mummy. Apologies to historians on my pronunciation. And then here's a cool one. The Witching Hour #1. First appearance of Mordred, Mildred and Cynthia. Signed and authenticated by Neil Adams. And we had this book at an 8. So we got this back at a 9 with signature verification, which is great. Although it does look like they have damaged the corner of the book. So, of course, the signature verification, I'll deal with CGC for this, but there you go. So they have when they encapsulated it, it slid through. It actually doesn't even, yeah, the bottom's not even sealed. Oh, that's not great. So we will contact CGC regarding that and the customer and let them know. I mean, it's great that they authenticated the signature. So what's probably going to have to happen with this? Going to go back. They're going to have it done through. They'll have to have it clean, have it repressed by their in-house pressing, because if we take it out, it's going to avoid the authentication and degrading. Now, it doesn't look to me like it's torn. It looks to me like it's just folded up over the edge without tears. And with a 9, they should be able to maintain the grade on that. So that is unfortunate. We will follow up with that one. And if you're the customer seeing this, you will have already been contacted, because we'll contact you before the video comes out and let you know about that one. So basically, that is our unboxing today. The slabs themselves were no damage, but they are still having some encapsulation issue, unfortunately. So we always offer a turnkey solution here. You submit books through us, we take care of any of those issues. Problem comes back from CGC, mislabeled, case damaged, problem like that, where a book has some damage in it because it wasn't sealed properly. We deal with all the paperwork and all that. People say, well, I can do it cheaper, submit on my own. Sure, you can. You can submit on your own account. Lots of our customers do that. We can impress them. Just keep in mind that if there are any issues, you'll have to deal with them yourselves, and sometimes people just don't want to. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Ciao.